Welcome to a new episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. As usual, we go straight to the point. The subject is bravely made clear and often illustrated. Let's start. Today's topic is about Freud's stage of psychosexual development. In psychoanalysis, psychosexual development is at the center of the theory of sexual drive. Personality, according to Freud, developed in erogenous centre of ID pleasure. The phase stage are oral, anal, phallic, latent, and genital. Being dissatisfied at one stage can lead to fixation. Being satisfied leads to a healthy personality. If the child experiences frustration at any stage, he develops anxiety. This manifests as neurinosis in adulthood. We make a parallel between Freud, Erikson, and Piaget in psychosexual development. From birth to 1 year, for Freud, it's oral. For Erikson, it's trust versus mistrust. And for Piaget, it's sensory motor, control motor. From 1 year to 3 years, for Freud, is anal. For Erikson, is autonomy versus shame. And for Piaget, is function object permanent. From 3 years to 5 years, for Freud, is Phallic. For Erikson, is initiative versus guilt. And for Piaget, is pre-operational egocentric. From 6 years to 11 years, for Freud, is latent. For Erikson, is industry versus inferiority. And for Piaget, is concrete operational thinking. At this stage, death is permanent. 11 years and adolescence, for Freud, is genital. For Erikson, is identity versus role diffusion. And for Piaget, it's formal operational thinking. At this stage, we think abstract. 20 years to 40, nothing for Freud. For Erikson, intimacy versus isolation. And for Piaget, is deductive reasoning. From birth to 1 year, it's oral stage. From 1 year to 3 years, it's anal stage. From 3 years to 5 years, it's phallic stage. From 6 years to 11 years, is latent stage. From 11 years in adolescence, it's genital. At the oral stage, player center is gratification. Center drive players is mouth. Connection to the mother, sexually, nutrition, and emotionally. Secure love, physical support, warmth, gratification only from oral area. Interest of breastfeeding. Some people are fixated at this stage. They don't pass to the next stage properly. Unconscious mind never forgotten. Adult under stress reverse to oral phase. Eating more is oral gratification. Smoking, pencil in the mouth, or primitive behavior. Chewing gum, kissing too much, are regression for that stage. The next area to drive the player is anal activity. Special interest to anus. Baby is not totally dependent in the world. He can control his sphincter. He really is a semi-independent situation. It's the anal development of personality. The prescholar stage, between 3 to 6 years, the genital area becomes the new center of interest. By stimulating his penis, the boy experiences pleasure. He realizes that he has a penis like his father, while his mother and sister do not have. Why this difference? He is going through a great emotional crisis. He desired his mother and would like to keep the father away. The father deprived his mother of her penis because she committed a serious mistake. He is afraid of suffering the same evil fate as his mother. He is afraid of castration. He does his best to seduce his mother, but the father always intervenes. The conflict creates increased tension in his little mind. The emotional crisis is called Oedipus complex. The child seduced by the mother cannot get rid of the father for fear of castration. To escape this enigmatic fantasy, he repressed to the unconscious level. The next stage is sexual latency. The child who cannot dismiss his father resigns himself to imitate him. He has to be like him to win his mother's esteem. He dresses like his father and tries to replicate his gesture. The father incarnates the ideal person. The child gradually prepares himself for an heterosexual experience in the future. The girl, on the other hand, develops the Electra complex, the equivalent of the Oedipus complex in boys. But the girl is not afraid of castration because she does not own a penis. The mother wants the father. I should look like the mother. The ideal is the mother. She starts to act like the mother. Freud Piaget, awakening sexual interest with genital stage. If the previous step goes well, the teenager will be seduced by the opposite sex. Freud stopped the development of the personality at this stage. Let's review. From birth to 1 year, oral stage. From 1 year to 3 year, anal stage. From 3 year to 5 year, phallic stage. From 6 year to 11 year, latent stage. And from 11 year in adolescence, it's genital. Let's make a parallel between Freud, Erikson, and Piaget. Birth to 1 year for Freud is oral, for Erikson is trust versus mistrust, and for Piaget is sensory, motor, control motor. From 1 year to 2 years for Freud is anal, for Erikson is autonomy versus shame, and for Piaget is function object permanent. 3 years to 5 years for Freud is phallic, for Erikson initiative versus guilt, and for Piaget preoperational egocentric. From 6 years to 11 for Freud is latent, for Erikson industry versus inferiority, and for Piaget is concrete operational thinking. Death is permanent. 11 years and adolescence for Freud is genital, for Erikson identity versus role diffusion, and for Piaget is formal operational thinking, abstractivity in this stage. 11 years to 40, nothing for Freud. For Erikson, intimacy versus isolation, and for Piaget is deductive reasoning. Thank you for watching this episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. Make sure to click the button like and subscribe. Your comments are very welcome. Thank you.